Right, we'll discuss that question sometime tomorrow. But at the moment with us, let's go across. We have our old friend, Mr. B.N. Kumar. Finally, he's been able to connect with us. Today, जो बालाजी तिरुपति टेम्पल है उसका जो रेप्लिका जो बन रहा है यहाँ पे उल्वे में, जिसके स्पॉन्सर द जेंटलमैन इन द न्यूज़ जस्ट नाउ फॉर पर्सनल रीजंस, मिस्टर गौतम सिंघानिया, वो उसके बहुत बड़े स्पॉन्सर हैं. वो वहीं पर थे जब फाउंडेशन लेइंग सेरेमनी हुई, जहाँ पर एकनाथ शिंदे साहब और देवेंद्र फडणवीस साहब थे. आज उसकी हियरिंग थी नेशनल ग्रीन ट्राइब्यूनल में. लेट्स आस्क मिस्टर B.N. कुमार व्हाट हैज हैपेंड. B.N. के नमस्कार.
Namaskar, good evening, and apologies for this late.
Not at all, sir. Not at all. You are a very busy man. We know that, and we are all very proud of the work you are doing. So, B.N.K, congratulations. You got the NGT to hear your case. You got the National Green Tribunal to hear your case. That itself, by the way, is great news these days. आजकल तो NGT किसी की बात नहीं सुनता, sir. Look at what has happened. Finally, by the way, good news. All the workers are now coming out of the tunnel. They're being rescued. But why were they trapped in the first place is a huge question mark. उसके ऊपर भी कभी बात होनी चाहिए. आज तो खैर खुशी का दिन है, चलो ठीक है, congratulations everybody. I hope there will be a proper investigation and an audit as to how this tunnel was allowed. As you know, we have been campaigning against all these tunnels in Uttarakhand since 2008, 2009, where we said that you are destroying the state, you are destroying the entire ecology of this Himalayan region, and it's going to lead to a disaster. We're just very lucky that no disaster has happened over here. But anyway, that's for later. Right now, do tell us what has happened in the National Green Tribunal. B.N. Kumar sir, please.
Yeah, good evening and namaskar. Today the National Green Tribunal's Western Bench took for hearing our case, our application against the allotment of the 10 acres, 40,000 square meter land for the Balaji temple on a predominantly CRZ area, which was basically, the plot was basically meant for a casting yard for the MTHL bridge. But now 40,000 square meters, about 10 acres of that has been allotted to Balaji temple. We have basically no objection for the Balaji temple to be coming up in Navi Mumbai or anywhere. But the issue is that this was a erstwhile predominantly mangrove dominated area. So we tried to impress upon the National Green Tribunal that the work is started, and in the sense that the Chief Minister had done the Bhumi Puja, and we have a Forest Department survey report that shows very clearly that this is a CRZ area, and within the 42 meters, we have mangroves there, and this was a part of a wetland area, which was a fishing zone. These all reports came out, these facts came out in the report, which we presented. Our advocate Ronita Banerjee has presented to the Green Tribunal. The hearing went on for about more than an hour, in fact. Normally, the hearings, they finish with 10 to 15 minutes. But this case, ours was the case number one, hearing case number one today, and went on for about an hour. And I must congratulate our advocate for forcefully presenting the viewpoint that about the violations. And of course, the tribunal, the judge and the expert member had asked lots of questions on the status of the wetland, on the status of the mangroves, how MCZ gave the permission, what all went in, etc. So all the discussion went on. Finally, at the end of the hearing, the tribunal has agreed to serve notices on the MCZMA, Maharashtra Coastal Zone Management Authority, which gave the conditional CRZ approval for the project, which said just about 11,000 meters, less than about one-fourth of the original plot allotted to the temple will be allowed for construction. Rest of it comes under CRZ.
So, B.N.K. Sahab, notices have been issued to the Maharashtra Coastal Zone Management?
Yeah, Maharashtra Coastal Zone Management Authority, and the Forest Department, and the Mangrove Foundation,
right.
Forest Department. Because the Forest Department people who did the inspection, they are the people who certified that yes, there are mangroves within the 50 meters distance, which is within the 42 meters. 50 meters is the limit for Lakshman Rekha as per the CRZ notification of 2019. So within that karke they gave that report. So let's see now what the tribunal has done is giving them the served notices on the Forest Department and the MCZMA to explain the current situation and what is the status of the permissions and the construction.
So, and when is the next hearing?
The next hearing is fixed for January 12th.
January 12th.
So,
All right.
yeah.
Great achievement. Really great achievement, Mr. B. N.
So
Kumar.
at least we got the authorities to respond in a public platform, because otherwise they keep dodging us. They don't reply. They take a lot of time to respond to our RTI petitions. Within a month they are supposed to answer. They don't answer when we don't get the response within 1 month. We have to go for an appeal. The appeal also takes time because the officers are busy with various kinds of their own responsibilities. So finally, let's hope we'll get some kind of response from the authorities concerned, and the NGT will get to hear all sides.
But you said 1/4 of the temple land can be used for construction. But
Yeah.
if they start, will the temple fit in that 1/4 land?
No.
See, the original plot allotted to them is 10 acres, which is about 40,000 square meters. So even according to me, for a replica of Tirupati temple, 40,000 square meters is nothing. 10 acres is equivalent to, if you see in the Navi Mumbai side, Navi Mumbai Sports Association has a huge Maidan. That Maidan is about 11 acres. So that won't be enough for a temple, various kind of facilities that they want to build. If they want to really build a replica of Tirupati, even 10 acres is less. But out of 10 acres, if 2/3, 3/4 goes into the desert domain area, so only 1/4 is left. So which is why probably now the construction has not yet really started in the right earnest. They just did the Bhumi Puja. If they have started the construction, we would have known. My local team would have alerted us.
So you're saying that 1/4 means 2.5 acres of land will not be sufficient to construct the Balaji temple.
Correct.
So then the entire things go for the toss.
Yeah.
They might not be, because you're saying that entire casting yard, the entire area was casting yard out of the 10 acres have been given. Now on this 10 is a mangrove dominated area, 42 meters in the mangroves line, the fishing zone, it is established as wetlands. If all these things fall in place, then it's impossible.
So they can always,
There is
the Balaji temple can always be built elsewhere, right?
Yeah.
Just along, because Sitco has enough land.
Yeah. There's another point, RKB and Pradeep, is that out of the CRZ areas that has come out in the Institute of Remote Sensing from the Anna University, they also certified that about 2,500 square meters is CRZ1, totally mangroves and wetland. About 22,000 square meters is that CRZ2. So Sirco probably wants to establish that CRZ2 can be utilized for the construction by showing that there is a road, Kacha Rasta. This is a road that separates the plot from the intended wetland. But our contention will be that that road is not a motorable road. It is just a Kacha Rasta meant for temporarily for the use of the casting yard. It is not a pre-existing part of the infrastructure on the seaside. It is not. So that point we'll have to argue it out. And you
So
can see the background. You can see the
effectively, what's the hang on a minute. Now, I really want to understand this. From what I understand, this road or whatever path Sitco must have built must have been for its casting yard. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
That is to gather materials and put it back, etc. But after the casting yard, after that thing was over, this entire casting yard land was supposed to go back to the forest. Because this is actually mangrove land and it is a wetland, is that correct?
Yeah.
So Sitco is doing what every other builder does. Exactly what is being sought to be done, as we suspect, in Aksa Beach, where you build a road and say this is on the leeward side, it is not on the seaside. Therefore, it does not fall under CRZ. Is that what is being done here?
Yeah. In fact,
Could you explain it a bit more, please?
Yes. See, you can look at that scene here in this frame. You can see the bridge behind.
Yes, we saw that.
Bridge under construction. So the mangroves, this side of the bridge, towards the land side of the bridge, they have not yet been handed over to Forest Department by Sirco. Sirco still sits on them. What Sirco handed over are the mangroves beyond the bridge into the seaside. So this still under Sirco control. This mangrove, this area.
Yes.
So Sirco has to officially hand over as per the High Court judgment to. It is violation of High Court judgment. They are not handing over these mangroves. It's a contempt of court. The case is still going on in the High Court now. Manshakti, our friend Stalin and the company, they have gone to the High Court on the delay in handing over the mangroves to Forest Department for conservation. So the case is being heard in the High Court now.
So when was CITCO supposed to hand over the land, BNK?
See, the judgment came in 2000. Final judgment from the High Court came in 2018 September. So which is now more than 5 years.
So CITCO has not handed over the land in spite of a High Court judgment for the last 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
Right. So it is in contempt of a High Court judgment.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And there's no more work left where the bridge or the casting yard, for which is the work of everything is over, where casting yard is concerned.
Almost, because now they are saying the bridge will be inaugurated in December end or January. Almost work is over. They have to only clear this debris lying there, material. So they have been doing the test runs on the bridge. Bridge is almost getting ready now.
Definitely, they'll be exposed, because if they are talking about the road has come after entire casting yard work has happened.
Yes.
There's no road before. Nobody has a road into the mangroves that is years, decades old. It all started for temporary, as you said, temporary allotment for vehicles to move in and out.
Yes.
So it seems to be completely coming in your favor, BNK Kumarji.
See, the facts are in our favor. Now it is for up to the court to see the light of the day, see the truth, and analyze and get the. See, today what you are hearing is what I am saying. So I mean, in all fairness, we should listen to MCZMA also on what is that prevailed on their mind to come to this judgment. Number two, CIDCO, why they are doing this. Let CIDCO also respond. Finally, when we go back to NGT on January 12th, we'll have to argue out the rest of the case. That is the predominant argument that the entire thing is under CRZ1. It was temporarily given. That fact has to be established. See, in fact, the judge has asked us where are the documents that it is. Number one, it is temporary. Number two, the MMRDA or they're supposed to hand over the thing back. These things will not be written. So we have to get the leave and license agreement between CIRCO and MMRDA, for which I've just filed an RTI, or we'll request the court to make both MMRDA and CIRCO anyway are the respondents, to serve them notices also to give the rest of the facts.
No, even if they have to make a temporary road on the casting yard, you need to have a plan. I mean, nobody can just make a road anywhere. So there has to be in existence some plan, and which will show that this plan has been approved in some particular date. Because the entire map of how things are going to be there, where the vehicle movements are going to be, where the ingress, outgress, everything has to be approved and sanctioned. So I think that documents will be available with you easily. And
those documents, the documents that we have, Pradeep, are that, so we have the rapid environment assessment, impact assessment that MMRDA has done. In that it is very clearly mentioned it's going to be temporary casting yard, number one. Number two, CIRCO issued a press release saying in April 2nd last year, saying this temple plot is part of the casting yard, and the MMRDA has agreed to vacate 10 acres for us for the temple work. So these things are there, but press release itself is not enough as per the court, as per the NGT. So we need to have more documents, maybe a leave and license agreement copy between MMRDA and CIRCO, or CIRCO will have to come out and say this is a document, whether temporary or not, they have to explain. Number two, JICA, the Japanese agency which is financing the report, even in their environment impact assessment report, they clearly mentioned the casting yard area is for a 7-year leave and license.
Yes.
So it is from a third party.
So CIRCO cannot hand over anything to somebody else. The land does not belong to them.
Correct.
It's like a lessee. It's like you. I mean, you are a tenant in a house. You have a lease for about 7 years, and during the course of that 7-year lease, you sublease it to somebody else, and in fact you sell it, not even lease it.
Yeah.
So the term of lease is over on 2018, as on 2018. So now it's illegally under occupation.
Yes.
No. The lease is not over in 2018. Mangroves should have been handed over as of 2018 September. The lease, I think, Yeah, this year it should be ending because if you look at, I don't remember when the casting, the MTHL foundation stone
I
was
think the
done. Most of
land, that area has to be handed over as soon as the bridge work got over.
correct. And also in the environment clearance given by the the MOUCF central government, it says there is a limit of limit for sitting on the mud flats, and our contention is that this entire area is predominantly mud flats also. So that area should have been, the construction should have been completed, should hand over within 3 years. So that limit is of 18 months. Sorry, 18 months. So that limit is also there. So court will have to, we'll have to point out to court all the segments. कितना मैंग्रोव था, कितना wetland है, कितना है. Today, as of now, we have our advocate pointed out the MRSEC, Maharashtra Regional Satellite Application Center map, which shows this
लेकिन एक चीज है बीएन कुमार साहब, एक चीज है इसके ऊपर मैं जरा अचंभित हूँ, मैं आश्चर्यचकित हूँ. इनफैक्ट आई एम वेरी सरप्राइज्ड that the original Tirupati Balaji Devasthanam, they are a very honest above board organization.
Yes.
Why are they persisting with this? जब आपने उनको पूरी की पूरी आपने ब्रीफिंग दे दी है, rightfully they should withdraw. They should say we have nothing to do with this. बीएन कुमार साहब.
See, इसमें there are wheels within wheels. सिडको allotted the project. तो अगर सिरको बोलती है, टीटीडी वाले बोलते हैं सिरको को ये सब चल रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, सिरको उनको बोल दिया कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आपका काम हो जाएगा, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट, रेस्ट एश्योर्ड दैट वी अप्रूव्ड. एंड एक्चुअली इसमें एक सिरको की, आई विल नॉट, आई कांट बी यूजिंग अनपार्लियामेंट्री वर्ड्स, बट सिरको की एक मिस्चीफ ऐसा है कि दिस स्टार्टेड एज अ ट्रेंड टू अलॉट प्लॉट्स विद ऑल CRZ, CRZ2, CRZ1 increments and tell the builder you go take the approvals. टेंडर फ्लोट कर देते हैं, टेंडर का पैसे ले लेते हैं और बिल्डर को बोलते हैं तुम जाके अप्रूवल ले लो. तो बिल्डर हैज टू गो टू MCC ZMA for to get the approval, then he has to go to the Anna University for getting all the maps, juxtapose, put it on the plot and say this is the what you call the CRZ1, this is CRZ2, this is the remaining area. So an MCZMA, shockingly MCZMA, though empowered, they do not do any ground inspection. In fact, when I was fighting with MOFCF, their coastal zone officials, management zone officials, CRZ officials, they told me on the phone that there is a law which clearly says that the MCZMA is fully empowered. We have handed over all the powers to MCZMA to take action if there is a violation, to inspect. This happened in the case of our Aksa Beach also. So then I told the MOECF-CC people, please give this to me in writing. Then they wrote to MCZMA, as per the authorities' powers delegated with you, you are supposed to be doing this. Then MCZMA off the record tells me, BNK, we don't have the wherewithal. So it is thanks to people like you who we are being alert and we are able to take whatever action is possible. I mean, that is it is a what you call shortfall on the part of the government. The government should be, no, I mean, you got the power, but you have no machinery to execute.
Have you written to Mr. GAUTAM Singhania?
No, because I think GAUTAM
He is
Singhania
the
does not come to
sponsor.
the picture.
Maybe he should withdraw his sponsorship.
No, GAUTAM Singhania is a sponsor from the Tirupati point of view.
Yes.
That is between Tirupati and him. So we cannot ask I mean, I don't think we have any location to GAUTAM. But
he was there at the foundation stone laying ceremony.
Yeah, in fact, it is he who issued the invitation letters.
Yes.
But for the Bhumi Puja, the invitation letter the media people got came from the Raymonds. So, from the JK, sorry. So, but, see, Gautam must be reading the papers. He also, of course, busy must be with his own things, his own cases. But it is in public domain. As you and I are reading the papers, we have been objecting. The world knows about it.
Maybe he is busy with other things.
Yeah.
Maybe he is busy with other things, perhaps.
Family.
And
maybe matters of greater importance.
Yeah.
No, all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, because Mr. GAUTAM Singhania is very concerned about the environment. He is very well known to us. He's a very nice person inside. I mean, perhaps if you wrote to him and explained everything, I mean, all of you together, and told him that, hey, listen, you can always have this somewhere else.
Yeah.
and not destroy the wetlands and the mangroves, perhaps he might listen. One never knows. And this entire exercise then may become infructuous because he will withdraw. कि भाई हम लोग तो we will not do anything illegal. There is a possibility. Or that's all. I'm just exploring the possibility.
I'll tell you. आपने कहा Mr. Singhania loves environment. You know him personally. I will tell you who are the people who love the environment. Starts from the top man, the Prime Minister. We have a MOU of CC that is supposed to be loving the environment, and we know what they are doing about the wetlands. Out of the 2.25 lakh wetlands, they have just listed and notified only 1274, like 1,274 wetlands.
Yes.
Everybody loves the environment. Everybody loves the environment. Any chief minister who comes to power, yes, we love mangroves. Mangroves have to be there. Wetlands have to be protected. Salt pans have to be protected. We have environment ministers coming and saying they are the people who come out with major projects like MCAP, Mumbai Climate Action Plan, as per the COP28 guidances, as per the all the Paris Agreement and all that thing. So everybody loves the environment. The moment any chief minister comes for a BNHS function, comes for a mangrove foundation function, he says mangroves are great, they have to be protected. Wetlands have to be protected. Who does not love environment? JNPT says we will love environment. We follow all the procedures.
Even CIRCO loves environment.
CIRCO says we never violate environment, though they do not say, they refuse the fact that there are wetlands in Navi Mumbai. So all the wetlands and where people do fishing, they are not wetlands. They are desert areas, and the ships and the boats that are moving in the fishing area, they are camels in Rajasthan desert.
No. Before the NGT did the Tirumala, people also appear. Balaji temple lawyers, did they appear before the NGT?
No. The notices will have to go to them. We'll perspire.
They haven't been sent a notice either.
And formally, informally, have they been told that don't proceed with the work till we arrive at some decisions? Usually,
informally, court has not done anything. We have informed. In fact, if you remember, last August, the Bhumi Puja was to be done. It was cancelled, and that was the time when the Tirupati people told the media. There is a Times of India report which says that we withdrew. We took a step back from the Bhumi Puja in last August because of the environmental concerns being expressed. The Telugu Desam party also politically raised a question: how can Tirupati the people can do this kind of violations where there is a environmental concerns are being raised? Opposition party there in Andhra Pradesh raised a question. It is there, everybody knows. But subsequently, the chief minister had assured them all the hurdles are over. Now we can do the construction.
But obviously, CIDCO has been allotting land which is not theirs with impunity. Like in this particular case, just 7 years lease and they have allotted the land. So all over Navi Mumbai, Thane, they have been doing the same thing. You said allotting lands which are not under their possession or which are not theirs to builders, to institutions. And there seem to be, and all wetlands seems to be being handed over by CIDCO or sold by CIDCO through a process to builders and various institutions.
Yes, in fact, we have a live case in the sense in Uran area, the project affected people, the fishing community, the local farmers, etc., agri community, they are given compensatory lands under 12.5% scheme. So, us area may say the people what the local people do, they sell this because they can't do anything on their own. So they form groups and they amalgamate lands. All the chunks of land they come to an agreement with builders. So builders form a 60-40, 675-25 agreement, whatever. Then they do the construction. They go for building permission. So that plot has been allotted, a particular plot, to the local villager, and the villager sells it to a builder, and it is under CRZ area. So CIRCO says you go and take the permission. So the builder goes to MCZMA. MCZMA says nothing doing. This is 100% CRZ area, mangrove area. It is in a buffer zone. We can't give you permission. Permission rejected. So where did the builder go? Where did the poor villager go?
So he's lost both. So
this is what I said. This is how, as a matter of habit, they have been doing it. Out of the 1,600 hectares of Trunagiri, 1,200 are.
So in effect, what you're really saying is that CIDCO, like JNPT, has become a law into itself.
I won't blame JNPT because JNPT has been given land by SIDCO.
Yes.
So it is SIDCO which has been doing it.
Well,
And I don't blame the builders also because they see today builder को क्या चाहिए? Builder wants plot. उसको तो अपना
yes.
धंधा करना ही है.
And if a agency like SIDCO is giving it to him, why not? I mean,
Government.
Why? It is the government. Why would he think that it is illegal? What for? He won't.
The funny part is SIDCO is the government arm. Forest department is within the government department. MCZM is government. So forest department, Mangrove Foundation, they have been saying all these things. कि mangrove को protect करना है, hand over to us, going and asking. I mean, once the High Court says, get out and please hand over all the mangroves, why do mangrove foundation go with a begging ball, asking SIDCO, Jilla Parshad, district collector, please give the mangroves to us, we will maintain, please give the mangroves to us. I said, nothing doing, you take the CZMP map, the map board said, this is my, it's supposed to be protected, put your board there, tell SIDCO to get out. They have the powers to do.
Or face the consequences of being in contempt of court.
Or go to court and tell them.
Yes.
And you have a court-appointed committee, supposed to be the Mangrove Protection and Conservation Committee 1, the Wetlands Grievance Redressal Committee number 2. These committees both are headed by the Konkan Division Commissioner and mandated by the High Court after both the judgments on wetlands as well as the mangroves. These are the people who are supposed to be overseeing this. So when people like you and me go and tell MCZMA, I mean the Mangrove Foundation, so the committee, the violations are taking place, they said they are under SIDCO. So SIDCO says, we'll hand over. The Mangrove Committee, I'll show you, next time we'll discuss, I'll come out with all the documents. In each sitting for the past 4 years, they have been saying mangroves have to be handed over. They give deadline. The last deadline that was given after we wrote to the Prime Minister and then from the PMO, my complaint came to the local mangrove, the forest department, government, even to mangrove cell, says they will be handed over. The last deadline was given was October 31st.
Yes.
And today we are end of November now.
Yes.
And handing over has to be done by dismantling the casting area, the casting yard. It has to be dismantled and has to be handed over as a wetland.
So that is only one part.
And the road also go, they have to dismantle the road also.
Correct. Let the water flow back and forth.
So if they have to dismantle that, how can that road be shown as a proof that this is, to escape the CRZ violations? I mean,
yes,
it's totally funny.
Yeah.
Well, so, BN Kumar Saab, I think you've done a wonderful job. Please go ahead. Keep at it. We're all very, very proud of you. And let me make one thing very clear to everybody. BN Kumar Saab, myself, Pradeep ji, everybody here at Nation Now, and everybody everywhere else, we all worship Balaji. Let's be very clear.
Yes. Yes.
Very close to our heart.
Yes.
It would be lovely if we have a temple, but not at the cost of destroying the mangroves and the wetlands. I am reasonably certain that the Tirupati Balaji Devasthanam, once they are apprised of the facts, even they would not like to be associated with something that destroys the environment and is a danger to this area of Maharashtra. I am reasonably certain about it. They can be allotted any piece of land anywhere where
yes.
there is no dispute, where there are no wetlands, where there is no
mangroves.
Issue with regard to mangroves. That's all that we are saying. Nobody is against the Tirupati Balaji temple, the replica of the Tirupati Balaji temple. Let me make that very, very clear. All that BN Kumar and all his associates and everybody else is fighting for is जो थोड़े बहुत मैंग्रोव अभी बचे हैं, जो वेटलैंड्स अभी बचे हैं, आप उनका सत्यानाश ना करें ताकि जब दूसरी बार हाई टाइड होगी और जोर से बारिश होगी, वहां का सारा इलाका डूब जाएगा. फिर हम लोग क्या करेंगे? That's it. BN Kumar साहब, really proud of you. Please keep up the good work. And we are always.
और एक पॉइंट है.
Yes,
और एक पॉइंट करके कि ये MTHL ब्रिज जो बनाया है
जी,
उसको भी हाई टाइड्स काट सकती है. If there is no mangrove buffer zone
That's
for the
right.
bridge also. Those pillars also will come into danger if not today, 15-20 years down the line.
Yes.
हमने रहेंगे, आपने रहोगे, लेकिन ब्रिज तो रहेगा, तो अपनी अगली पीढ़ी को भी उससे नुकसान होगा ना. तो
सभी को नुकसान होगा साहब, सबको
this should
नुकसान
get
होगा.
into their heads. इतना ambitious bridge बनाया, that has to be protected, that also has to be protected.
My thing always is that people who serve in a coastal city or who serve in an island city like Mumbai or in the coastal areas have to be from that area. Let's be very clear. Or they have to be told that, listen, these are the things that you have to look out for. Very unfortunately, I don't think that happens. Does it happen, P.N. Kumar? Does that happen when these bureaucrats
I'll
come
give
over
you-
here?
आप bureaucrats की बात कर रहे हो. They have to come from the local area. I will tell you. Eknath Shinde comes from Thane.
Yes,
He is aware of Ulhasnagar, Badlapur, all that area.
yes.
उसने आनंद दिघी के साथ में उसने पूरा एरिया घुमा हुआ है. इन बदलापुर एरिया पीपल गो एंड से कि ये रिवर बेड एरिया है, यहाँ पर इतनी
जी.
बाढ़ नहीं आती आज के तारीख में. तो शिंदे एज अर्बन डेवलपमेंट मिनिस्टर आस्क देम कि आस्क हिज ऑफिशियल्स, पीडब्ल्यू वालों को पूछता कि वाटर वालों को कि यहाँ पर लास्ट फ्लड लाइन कितना था. बोले वो इट इज विद इन दी 100 मीटर्स के अंदर ही था वो, मतलब लास्ट ईयर. But ideally, when you look at projects coming on the river side, you should look at the flood level historical. कम से कम 10-15 साल का आपको चेक करना
You
पड़ता
should look at the floodplain. Yes.
है. हाँ, फ्लड प्लेन.
Yes.
उन्होंने लास्ट ईयर का रिकॉर्ड देख के बोल दिया कि ये 50 मीटर के अंदर रिवर कर दो. अभी क्या बोलेंगे?
I know, Mr. The CM, as we are all saying, it's got a big challenge. That Thane, Navi Mumbai, the entire place, protecting the wetlands, the lakes, is a huge, huge, huge challenge for him.
Are the lakes still there, by the way, in Thane? P.N. Kumar sir? When was the last time you went over there and saw all the lakes?
All
in
the
Thane?
lakes.
Tough. See, sitting here and traveling to Mumbai, of course, it has been long since I went to the Thane area. But even the lakes, see, they will say they are not notified wetlands. Lake है तो क्या हुआ?
So 35 lakes in Thane, all endangered species.
Yeah, if they are not notified as wetlands, they are endangered. यहाँ पर 26 हेक्टेयर का मतलब होता है 2.5 times ऑफ आजाद मैदान. उतने बड़े वेटलैंड यहाँ पर लोग को कहती है कि they are not wetland. अभी किसको क्या कहेंगे सर? This is a government department.
P.N. Kumar sir, ऐसा है, when people like that see wetlands and mangroves, and when they see the floodplain of a river, what they see is empty real estate which needs to be developed. That's
Developable land parcels. Developable
what-
land parcels बोलते हैं.
That's what they see.
Potential.
When you and I see it, we see something to preserve, something to work on, something beautiful, something that is protecting this city and protecting all of us. When these people see it, they measure it in terms of how many lakhs per square meter. That's it.
Yeah, correct.
Right? P.N. Kumar Saab, thank you very much. Really proud of you, and we are always with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Thank you. Namaskar.
And once again, we must congratulate everybody for the fact today is a very nice day, very good day.
Yes.
All 41 workers have been rescued.
Fantastic.
Which is
It's
absolutely
a
wonderful.
great.
Wonderful. P.N. Kumar Saab,
Thank
one
you.
of these days,
Thank you.
maybe 2 days later, 3 days later, whenever you have the time, we shall also discuss with you what was really wrong with the tunnel and should that tunnel have been there in the first place.
Correct.
We should talk about that.
We'll talk about it.
Right? Thank you very much, sir. Namaskar.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, Pradeep ji, that's just about it. As far as tonight's show is concerned, आज के शो में सिर्फ इतना ही. And we had a very interesting show. And that's just about it. Please do subscribe to the channel. चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें. और अगर आपको कुछ रिस्पॉन्ड करना है, कुछ लिखना है, तो ज़रूर लिखें. You can make it as colorful as possible, as I said even yesterday, and I say it every day. Like, share, subscribe. That's what it says. Please do subscribe, whether you like it or not, I don't know. और शेयर भी करें ज़रूर. कुछ उल्टा सीधा भी आपने लिखना है तो ज़रूर लिखिए. मैं ज़रूर पढ़ने की कोशिश करूँगा यहीं पर, प्रदीप जी और मैं. We believe in the total freedom of speech. Either freedom of speech is total or it isn't. That's what we believe in, and this is a democracy.
Absolute.
That's it. नेशन नाउ की तरफ से, हम सब की तरफ से एक बार फिर the entire NDRF team led by our old friend Mr. Karwal. He did such a wonderful job. I mean, that man has been, I think he should be given a medal. Apart from that, of course, the Madras sappers, the rat miners, and all those chaps who came in from Australia with the auger machines and everybody else. They did such a wonderful job rescuing all these workers.
And God wanted to help. It didn't create much hazardous circumstances. That
Right, it's started to snow now.
Yes.
अब वहाँ पे बर्फबारी शुरू हो गई बड़ी जोर से. अभी तक बर्फानी बाबा ने भी अपने आप को रोक के रखा हुआ था. चलिए, हर हर महादेव, ओम नमः शिवाय. आप सब लोगों को एक बार फिर नेशन नाउ की तरफ से नमस्कार. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय भवानी, जय शिवाजी. वंदे मातरम.
Vande Mataram.